In today's video, we're going to discuss what happens to me during a margin call, especially when owning YieldMax funds. So this is how I prevent margin calls and stay retired even in a market crash or when maintenance goes up for YieldMax like we just made a video on yesterday. So first of all, we earn over $300,000 per year in dividends at this channel, and that's thanks to YieldMax, Cornerstone, and Defiance. They all help us live the FIRE lifestyle, which means financially independent, retire early. If you need help doing the same, email me for my e-guides at aikentod48@gmail.com. We're also outperforming the market with YieldMax, Cornerstone, and Defiance. We're up 26% for the year, as I said would happen after yesterday's gains. We're up 26.66 for the year. The S&P is up 18, the Nasdaq's up 23, the Dow's up 5, and the Russell's up 1% now. So we're beating all the indexes on a year-to-date basis once again. And on a daily basis, I'm particularly proud of today's results. We were down only 4,000 or 0.4%, as you can see there. But if you look above at the top, you'll see that the Nasdaq was down almost 2%. The S&P was down almost 1%. And the Dow was up fractionally, 0.08. So the Dow was up fractionally, and the Russell was up about 1% today. So this is how we outperformed, even with tech being down almost 2%, with YieldMax being down huge. We still outperformed thanks to Cornerstone, Defiance, and our other plays that we have in the portfolio. We've been diversifying away from tech. We have industrial, staples, consumer discretionary, healthcare, real estate. All these were up huge today, and that's how we outperformed the market once again on a down day, even with the margin usage that we have. So for every $1 you put in your account, you know that you get $4 of purchasing power. If I had $1 million in here, we would get $4 million to play with. I'm just using a fraction, therefore, of my margin purchasing power to get ahead. I'm making my video from my phone again because of the hurricane, so I have to do it like this. I'm sorry if it's not moving smoothly for you, but here's my debt, okay, $230,000. So my income of over $300,000 per year will pay back my margin debt in less than 1 year, and then I'll be left with all these dividend-paying assets to myself, paying monthly cash flow for life that qualify to banks for loans. That's how we live the FIRE lifestyle away from 9 to 5, is our dividends qualify for more loans to banks. They don't accept trading gains because they're too up and down and not reliable. So these dividends give us qualifying income, and they pay back my margin in less than 1 year. So that's the system. That's how we're getting ahead. Even with this margin, though, you would think on a down day like today, we'd be down huge because, I mean, this is almost, we really have 300,000 in margin debt, but I sell options, as you can see here. BidX, okay, we're up 1,000 in BidX today, but we've made 25,000, as you can see here, 25,000 from BidX options alone, and we're controlling BidX at much lower prices than everyone else. So I sell options. That's why my debt is not really showing 300,000. It's showing 230 because I've received all these premiums from selling options, and they actually lower my risk in the process. They lower my margin and they lower my risk. So if you need help selling options, that's in my volume 6 e-guide. So even with this margin debt that we have, once again, we still outperform thanks to our diversification and the moves that we made. Quite frankly, after yesterday's video, I sold Microsoft and Apple today at the bell right before the tech meltdown. And so that helped us avoid a lot of pain. I sold half of my Tesla. We bought Tesla a few months ago at the lows, and now it's had a huge run. So we've been managing risk, selling our tech names, and then buying these other sectors within the S&P, like I was saying before, but healthcare, staples, consumer discretionary, utilities, real estate, energy, materials. So these have been on fire the last few days while tech is pulling back, and we knew this could happen because tech oftentimes pulls back, and it's 40% of the indexes roughly. So it looks like the indexes are down, but you'll have something like the Dow Jones be up and the Russell 2000 be up, which shows you that this is a rolling correction. This is a sector rotation away from tech. The market's not really falling. All these other sectors were up. I've been alerting all my members of my buys, okay? My members who follow my portfolio in YouTube. I've been alerting them. I've been posting all of my trades on Discord. When you buy my e-guides, you get free access to Discord for life and my phone number for life, so just keep this in mind. So we outperformed today thanks to our mix, once again, of diversified holdings and Cornerstone and Defiance. So if we go to the top holdings of my account, you'll see here that Cornerstone was down 0.26, okay? That's because the value fund is more conservative than CRF, which is the growth fund. Okay, CRF down 1%, but these still outperform the market. If you look above, the NASDAQ was down almost 2%. So Cornerstone outperformed the NASDAQ, and QQY was down 1.77%, just as we predicted. It was down less than the NASDAQ. So we sold out of our YieldMax names yesterday, and then at the bell this morning, and then we bought Defiance, and it outperformed for us. We've also sprinkled some of the proceeds from my sales to the other Defiance funds like IWMY, and again, those other sectors that I mentioned within the S&P, and IWMY was up 1% today. So this is how we outperform. We've been adding more to Clip. Go look at a chart of Clip, okay? Clip was up today. Chinese stocks were up today. So in small caps, and OARC was up today. So we have a total approach here to live the FIRE lifestyle, free from 9 to 5. And even with our margin debt of over 200,000, which, you know, everyone can use in their brokerage account, just use small amounts of margin and only amounts that your dividends can pay back by the end of the year. That way your leverage goes away. Sorry, I'm talking fast because I don't want this video to be too long. So even with this margin debt, even with this leverage on, we outperformed, okay? So it can be done. Margin's not that scary, all right? The purpose of this video is to show you what a margin call will look like. Well, I'm not even close to a margin call today. We have over 300,000 for withdrawal. So we can withstand over 30% corrections in the market and still withdraw freely and pay our bills and live free from 9 to 5. All of my bills are automated out of my E-Trade account. And the key to this high available withdrawal is low maintenance names. And we just sold Microsoft and Apple because they were high maintenance. The maintenance changed on them. So Microsoft, okay, here it is. View margin maintenance requirement, 100%. So this is a problem. This is how we avoid margin calls, is we keep our available withdrawal high. If you need help understanding maintenance, that's in my volume 3 e-guide. So Cornerstone is low maintenance and YieldMax is high maintenance. That's why I park so much of my money in Cornerstone. We have about 400,000 of our dollars in Cornerstone. Cornerstone's a 5-star fund. It was 4-star as of yesterday's video. Now it's 5-star. And then CLM, its sister fund, is now 4-star. These ratings oscillate, as I've told you many times in the past. But look, Cornerstone moves up or left or right on its chart, and it's going sideways to down on a 10-year chart. But I just showed you the Morningstar chart. It's moving upward, left to right. So you have to factor back in dividends for Cornerstone and the premiums and the drips. Cornerstone gives you a 20% dividend, and it gives you 20% premiums on average, and it drips its dividend down at the bottom at the NAV for free money every month. That's why it's so special. That's why it's a 5-star fund. But you have to play it properly around its rights offerings. You have to time it between these highs and lows, and that's in my volume 4 e-guide if you need more help playing Cornerstone. When you buy my e-guide, you get free access to Discord for Life, where we alert you of the Cornerstone rights offering announcement. We have over 1,000 members now in the Discord chat and pursuing the FIRE lifestyle. So if I can't answer whatever questions you may have for me, they most likely can. And you also have my phone number. So if you have questions that they can't answer, you can always clarify with me. If you have questions on, you know, how to use options or how to negotiate your rates down, you can call me anytime. So Cornerstone outperformed today, but you have to play this properly, okay? You have to time it between its rights offerings, all right? And it's also low maintenance. So that's how we're avoiding margin calls, and that's how we outperform today. And one more thing, I always keep put options on. So we can withstand over 30% corrections, but I also keep my put options on, okay? So my available withdrawal is 318,000. We can withstand over 30% corrections, but if we had a 30% correction in a span of a month or so, then and we went over that, then my put options would, you know, make a lot of money in that case. Okay, we would clean up and we would make more money than we potentially lost because of our put options. If you need help understanding how I insure my portfolio with put options, that's in my volume 5 e-guide. If we had a 30% correction over the course of a year, I wouldn't even worry about it because my dividends pay back my debt in less than a year. So it's really about if we had a crash overnight, how would I deal with that? Even with the margin leverage I have on, which is very small, so I won't even get into a margin call because of it. If we did have some sort of incident, again, I have my put options on at all times in case we have a market meltdown like that. So that's the first thing you need to understand about margin calls, is that I probably won't have a margin call because, again, I have my put options on and my maintenance is so low that my available withdrawal is so high. So I can still withdraw out of my account, pay my bills, even in my debt. I can swipe my E-Trade card and go wherever I want. I can buy whatever I want on margin, and the interest is cheaper with margin than it is with a credit card. So a lot of people will even buy a house with their margin because the interest is so much lower. So I've negotiated it down. Many of my clients have too. If you need help negotiating your rates down, again, just call me. I'm always here for you on that. I have a script ready and I'll just send it to you if you need that. The other thing I wanted to share with you is what a margin call just looks like, okay? I've been in a couple of margin calls. Before I started my indexed approach with Cornerstone, I would buy dividend funds on margin that during Corona fell hard, okay? I was in energy, I was in real estate, and those weren't the right funds to be in because those aren't large parts of the indexes. Now I'm in a larger part of the end. I'm in the indexes with Cornerstone and Defiance and YieldMax largely. So I'm not worried about margin calls because I'm in the indexes. But if I were to see a margin call, this is what it looked like in the past, okay? During Corona, when let's say I was down, my available withdrawal went to 0. And when it went to, let's say, negative 100, my available withdrawal, well, I was in a margin call by $100. And that's nothing because I can just deposit $100 or I can sell some of my higher maintenance names to avoid the margin call. I've already cash flowed all these names in my portfolio mostly, so if I sell any of them, I won't even take a loss, and then I'll just buy it back. Once the market goes higher, I can always buy back, and then when my available withdrawal goes over 0 again, I can buy again. So you can just sell your high maintenance names to avoid a margin call. You always have your option insurance on if you had a crash and you have high available withdrawal because you have low maintenance names, but the higher maintenance names that I have, like YieldMax, I sell them like I did today to go into lower maintenance names like QQQY, which is 30% maintenance. Cornerstone's also 30% maintenance. I would have bought more Cornerstone today, but I have so much in Cornerstone that I have to stay balanced. So if you get into a margin call by $100, you're just going to be in a call by $100, and then the market can take you out of it if the market goes back up. You have usually 5 to 7 days to service that margin call. So you can either deposit more money or sell high maintenance names to satisfy the margin call, or you can just wait for the market to go higher, okay? And a lot of times the market just takes me out of my call for me, okay? But if the market does go lower, then you have to either explore selling higher maintenance names or depositing money. I don't mind depositing money because I'm buying index funds with dividends, so it's not chasing good money after bad when you're buying the indexes that average 7% per year over time, and the dividends cash flow all losses anyway. So if you just deposit money, it's not like you're buying, let's say, I don't know, some stock that, like electric cars, okay, that went all the way, to the moon during Corona and then went to penny stocks, many electric stocks. Well, you wouldn't want to buy those on the dip to service a margin call, but you don't mind buying the indexes on dips because they always bounce back, and especially if they have dividends like with Cornerstone, because those dividends cash flow all of your losses anyway. You just need to be able to withstand a margin call, and then eventually your dividends will come in and cash flow your position. They'll pay down your margin, and you won't have any margin call risk. So keep your available withdrawal high. Use a little bit of margin debt to boost your returns. All of the greats that I know of use debt to get ahead. Every corporation I know of uses debt to get ahead. And so I just use this margin to not only qualify me for more income to banks so I can get more loans, but I use this margin to get more income, okay, which builds my equity faster. And then also I use this margin to outperform because I can use the margin to buy other stocks that aren't tech related. I can use margin to be more diversified, to take advantage of market dips. And today, many of our funds were up, small caps, and many of our stocks were up. So margin is used to take advantage of those weaknesses, those dislocations in the market, as well as increasing my income. So I use margin as a tool to get more outperformance, get more income, and to qualify to banks for loans. Margin doesn't show up on credit checks to banks. So I don't mind depositing money, therefore, to satisfy a margin call, especially when I'm buying index names. So margin calls don't bother me. I have to say it once again, everyone's so scared of a margin call. It's not like your margin debt goes up in the event of a market fall. So when the market falls, it's not like your debt goes up, or even when you get a margin call, it's not like your margin increases, okay? The only way it increases is if your interest, accrues, and my interest is so low that I don't care about my interest because it's around 6%. I've negotiated down twice. So I wouldn't fear margin calls if that's why you're scared of using margin. Okay, use small amounts. And if you even get into a call, it's not a big deal because you have time to service that, or you can just deposit money or sell your high maintenance names to get around that call. Okay, but if you're in index names, again, you shouldn't really have to worry about this. And if you're in low maintenance names, you shouldn't have to worry about this. And we already made our moves with YieldMax yesterday to switch from those higher maintenance names to lower maintenance names that are even more diversified, like Defiance. So if you need more help doing what I'm doing, email me for my e-guides at aikentod48@gmail.com. When you buy my e-guides, you get free access to Discord for life, and you get my phone number for life, so just keep this in mind. Also, if you like the video, click like or subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon, everyone. Thanks.